Welcome to the awesome Premier League Lobby 1, Week 7. I am Seal, joined by Skyline today. I am the Sky, joining us with the eyes on and I guess and voice on the ground. Not the best intro, but whatever. What's going on, buddy?
How's it going? It's been going pretty well. We did EU earlier. It was a blast, as always. And now it's NA, so I expect it to be even more exciting. And we have a plane in the center, by the looks of it. And this lets players go wherever they want. What do you prefer? Do you like those oppressive, cutting planes?
No,
or do you like the good neutral ones?
I like the neutral ones nowadays, mostly because you know when you play matchmaking and you get those planes, you're just like, oh my god, like this is gonna be horrible. No one's gonna be able to go anywhere, and it feels even worse for the pros when they have to do that because these guys have about like 1 or 2 drops that they like go into, and everyone knows it as well. So everyone likes to kind of avoid each other in the early game unless something weird happens. So these earlier starts are a little bit more chill. We'll just allow teams to really showcase the extent of the strats and see if what they brought today works out. So there's actually a few interesting things I'm already seeing, specifically God Squad getting the entirety of Sisnaga to themselves. They also have a sub, Taylor J, who is playing with them today. I'm pretty sure he's a player of Washout. I could be wrong about that one, but last I saw, really good fragger. Good guy to be looking out for, especially considering the God Squad is currently in 4th place with 78 global points and a pretty high kill count to back them up as well.
Oh, yeah. We have a lot of players up here by Georgia Pool. This is popular.
Oh,
real popular, I mean.
Yeah, this is messy. Look at that. 3 different teams making their way over here with Envious at the south as well.
I think they'll be fine. I mean, Georgia Pool, it's quite it's got some substance to it, you know. You can really cram them in there.
Yeah, I mean that's true, but you gotta get to Georgia Pool first, and already we're seeing Teflon, one of the many people that are here. He didn't make it, so he's gonna need to find a boat or do something to get out of here, because Georgia Pool for him, with Nova and Nerf Me Please dropping where he did, Georgia Pool is not an option for him anymore.
No, where's Frex going? That's the question, and the rest of Cloud9. Looks like they'll be able to be, maybe halfway through Georgia Pool. They'll be able to get barely past Nova.
Yeah, so this sort of long drop scenario that happened is really making this drop a lot messier for teams. Usually we see the Georgia Pool split up by certain apartment buildings, but with how it is right now, teams weren't able to get to exactly where they want to go. So we're seeing Landy who's got suppressed AK with like a helmet and nothing else. This is not optimal loot, and we see right to the left, Frexus is like in this compound. This might be Nova getting Frexus early. They can definitely hear him right now.
Oh, it's coming up. I think Landoon sees him. Frex has nothing but a pistol. No, it's a micro Uzi actually. So that's good enough to maybe do some damage. You gotta be careful, Landoon, because the micro Uzi is so strong. Man, trading back and forth, but in the end, Nerf Me Please with the support, able to take him out.
Where? I'm not even sure where he was. Looks like, oh yeah, the 2-story yellow. All right. Yeah, some pretty good shots from him. That's not a good start though for Moody, who I don't even see his team. Yeah, they're up near Zarky. He's not gonna be getting help anytime soon.
He's in a nice secure square in Georgia Pool, so he'll be okay for now. But
ooh,
what do we got?
Emphasis on the for now bit.
For now. Oh yeah, that was foreboding. For now. You know what? Actually, while we're here, let's go ahead and introduce one of our teams this game in game number 1. This is Team Nova. Tell us about Team Nova.
Yeah, so just to give you guys the stats, they're currently in 5th place. I think they recently got invited to a couple of LANs, so you'll definitely be seeing more of them lately if you're keen on the PUBG scene. They were a pretty dang inconsistent team for quite a while, but lately, with I think it was with a mix-up in their IGLing, they've really been showing what they're made of, and with them getting a lot of loot here in Jordan to start off with, I'm looking forward to see what they can do this game.
There you go, Nova, starting off strong with a single kill. Give the men some points.
More than most.
Give them some points. They're in the lead. They're in 1st place. Team Nova, everyone. I mean, if you start strong, you end strong, right? So we have an...
I mean, that's the hope.
That's the hope. That's the hope. Our circle is over the east. You know, this is one archetype of circles we have. What do you think about this? I mean, we can still go a bunch of different places, but the key here is shelter. And we also have mansion with a big forest. So we have these big pieces of terrain that tends to be a part of it.
Yeah, there's especially the further east and the further north you go, there's a lot of really good compounds that teams will be grabbing. United specifically, a team that's already feeling pretty dang good about their spot. But this forest, if you get caught up in here, then well, you might as well just never leave again because there's so many compounds around the area, but also no one really wants to be here. It's pretty nice, but there can just be someone like, prone in the swamp, hiding behind one of the millions of trees in that forest. It is a very rough place to be if you're showing up late.
Nova, they're continuing to go up to the northwest. They're continuing. Moody's kind of close to them. Now, I feel like Moody should be able to get away here, but he's got to go fast, man, because, well, I mean, maybe if Nova starts seeing some open doors and such, they'll just
make the jump. You can actually jump between these apartment buildings. I'm really hoping Moody knows how. Oh, yeah. Come on, get to the railing, make the jump. I've seen a couple of guys miss it up. Dang. All right, this is pretty good. Yeah,
Whoa. So Whoa!
No, but him knowing how to do this is important because if he messes that jump up, falling to the ground is pretty loud, and any HP he loses here, it takes a while for Sims to bring that back up, and that might be audible as well by the guys on Nova. But that lets him move around these apartments a little bit faster than if you would have missed one of those jumps at any point in time.
Jeez. I felt like I was going to have a heart attack with all that action.
Making fun of me. Oh, man.
We got a cheek pad in this box. That's pretty good. Doesn't even pick up the cheek pad. I said M249.
Oh, but he did pick up the 249. There we go. All right. I'm liking it. More pros are bringing up this big old LMG. True.
Maybe he just didn't have another gun. Like, that's his only option. Anyway, it was an M249 to level 3.
Best gun in the game.
The best.
My favorite, at least. That's all that matters. So the interesting thing to look at for this zone is that we are seeing a couple of teams not actually going to the center quite as fast as I would expect. We see the guys on Team Gates, that's Team 15, kind of on the northwest side, and EU United, who are still pretty split. They're grabbing a couple of compounds that are kind of on the edges, and what I'm seeing from the choice that Team Gates and EU United made is that they grabbed compounds that they should be able to transition from reasonably well. And this is something that I'm seeing a lot more in the early game, especially Circle 1, that maybe you want a spot that'll win you the game if you get to stay there. But what's more important for a lot of these teams, especially the ones that are mechanically stronger, is you want a spot that's pretty good and strong, but more importantly, you want a spot that doesn't kill you when you have to leave it. And this spot is exactly that. A lot of rigid to play, a lot of transition routes as well. Even going for a wide split to prevent anyone from moving around. United in a pretty dang good spot here in game 1.
Yeah, you want safety, especially in the early game. I mean, you're not looking to hold the spot and just kill everyone, right? Because the circle can always go the other way. So you want to be able to, worst comes to worst, clean it up. So Nova, I think that Nerf Me Please is figuring out that Moody or someone looted over there. You see they're sort of migrating further down to the southeast. So Moody will avoid any conflict over there for now. But the circle is going to be closing in pretty soon. We just see this little, I see you sneaking into the map there, Mr. Circle. It's coming in about 2 minutes or so. So teams are going to start to think to move in. But in this type of circle, it's not a ton of pressure, right? If you're late, it's not a big deal.
For the most part, it really depends on what Circle 2 brings us. If you set it up early on that northeast side and it goes northeast, then you are feeling pretty good. But if it goes southeast or sort of towards the lumberyard area or like sort of southwest, then kind of hit or miss. Either way, you're gonna win a little bit of loot, and that is exactly what Mortify has. Taking shots, actually getting a down off.
Mortify.
Wow.
What? That was sick. He just went down like
that.
Had
like 5 shots.
He went from full to nothing.
Dude, these guys are getting so good at this game, like mechanically speaking. Like I remember back in the day where it's just like, oh yeah, he just sitting on this little hilltop, take some shots, and oh, he missed a couple shots, whatever, don't worry about it. If you peek for a second against these guys as good as they are right now, your head's gonna get blown off. That Mike was going like 150. And he downed him for being out in the open for 3 seconds.
Mortify has no chill.
That is crazy.
This man has no chill.
No chill. No chill.
Mike goes by for 1 second, rips his head off, just like that. He returns to his team. And that's just about it. So this is actually a pretty nice, pretty cozy situation over here as well.
Yeah, they got an early kill. They were able to get some loot. And while he's off doing that, this their team gets this nice centered up compound, or at least relatively so. I think they were still sitting here before. The big story here is that Totality actually was either by sort of necessity or just because they were coming here anyway. They did end up something that little garage on the south side. United Jimmer, it looks like he is off scouting here the northern spots. I'm pretty sure that he actually had to leave their previous holding position to do what he just did. But either way, he's not dying for it. So you keep doing you, Jimmer.
Yeah. United cozy themselves over here in Prison. Prison is a place that we've seen teams have a decent amount of success. It's relatively safe all around.
Not something you normally hear. Prison usually doesn't lead directly to, like, you know,
stay out of prison.
Good life.
Stay out of prison, everyone.
Stay out of prison. Unless you're United, then whatever.
Yeah, in PUBG, you want to go to prison.
Get some practice killing fools. Oh, but look at this on the southwest side. We see a couple guys from Wildcard rocking that new skinned up Scar, taking shots at a buggy off in the distance. Looks like, though, not quite as strong as Team Gates, I would say. Two might not be able to hit these shots, probably due to the fact that they're about a kilometer away at this point.
Yeah, I've been doing a few tournaments now, and people seem pretty over these skins, or like not talking about them. But I haven't had a chance to talk about them yet, and they're pretty darn cool. I love skins. I love weapon skins.
I love all the ones except the beige ones, and all I have are beige, so I don't have an opinion yet, Skyline.
Oh, so I mean, yeah, I guess if you just have like an I guess if you just have like the bad skins, maybe, but I mean, well, the thing is,
it's like, hey, what a white M16? No, actually, I don't.
I mean, as competitive PUBG elitists, we only play first person, of course, which means we can't see our own clothing skins. So what's the point? Okay, well, never mind. Here's the point. Win coming over the hill. He's about to come across 3 players, or 2 players actually, right there. Wild card. Oh my gosh, they're right there. They're right there. Quinn, he's about to see him, and he does. Pride goes down to about a quarter, but man, this is a 2v1. They do trade, but Kickstart is right there to clean it up. And up the hill, actually.
Up the hill as well.
Yeah, up the hill. They did a number on Vexel with just Smurf available to get him up. If we take a look at the map, we can see that this is it. Wait, whoa. Tomai is really far away.
Somehow, you might be able to land these shots, but we can shoot them kind of landing at the base of the tree instead. But nah, we saw the X-ray there for a hot second. That's not going to be able to get so many shots. But they will lose half their members. Going to have to retreat north in the blue through the Pachinki fields. I don't care who you are or where you are. This is not a transition route. This is not good. No helmet as well. Very rough start for Vexel and Smurf here.
Yeah, as we said, though, he does have a cool weapon skin, and that's all that matters.
Oh yeah, are you sure though? Actually, because if I'm one of these guys and I see that skin and I want it, I'm just being like, yo, let's chase him down and see what happens.
Can you pick up other people's skins?
Absolutely, yeah. You can kill them. You can take their gun, and whatever skin they had is put on your gun. You pick it up.
That's pretty cool. Down here we get a quick pick. Teflon gets caught out by a full 3-man squad.
Well, yeah, what's not cool is they're actually split up in these east or western buildings. That was a bit greedy, and that will be the God Squad who's going to be grabbing this building, gobbling up Elected, left to mourn the loss of his previous friend. He's not his friend anymore because he's dead.
True. Well, what? Is that how that works? Are you not someone's friend anymore?
I mean, I guess. I mean, that's a good question.
That's not what Disney movies taught me, man.
Oh, man.
So we have Crate, MK14. Whatever. Level 3 vest.
No math to do here. Just an 8x scope.
8x scope. Our circle's updated and it looks about the same as before. Just cut out Milta power.
This does give us a little bit more idea of what the zone's going to be doing. And at this point, you asked me previously if, like, well, does it matter if teams didn't show up early? And the answer to that is kind of yes at this point. There's a lot of compounds that are in here and not a lot of playable terrain outdoors. Transitions on foot are going to be really hard. And honestly, with Locked Nerve, I'm surprised he's even peeking this. I guess that he knows that this combat's a little bit better than the garbage yellows that are to his north, so he's maybe looking for an entry pick to maybe get in here.
And they're not even set up.
Either way, this is pretty dangerous for Nova.
Even if you got a pick, they couldn't do anything. Their team's not there.
Mm-hmm. Some pretty weird pokes, but either way, probably not going to die.
What happened to our blue boys in Georgia Pool? Moody with Solid And Moody also has another player in there. They'll be making their way into, I guess, Yasnaya and maybe working from there. What do you think of Yasnaya? I mean, this is a pretty dangerous area to leave, I think.
Yeah, I mean, most cities are like that, you know. They enter it early on, but if it's in the mid game and there's a zone that you only show up like, as late as you can. Maybe one or two teams might show up there, but if you end up going to a city and the zone forces you to leave, you are not going to survive. It's just not the way to go. That being said, they also did loot the entirety of Zarki as well as a bit of a Georgia pool for one of them. So they should be good on loot. Missing a player, though, definitely should be looking to avoid fights until the late game. They can't afford any more losses here.
It's early. It's early. Also, they could just loop all the way around. Solid FPS.
Yep, no real problem there.
You said there's lots of compounds, and I think that there's enough compounds for pretty much every team at this point. That'll change pretty quickly with this next circle.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to identify which ones, but we do see on the left side, we see Wooly leading the way for a squad. Looks like they might have found one or two of them, or at least a hilltop. Yeah, so they're actually gonna be able to control a lot of this area. Maybe prevent any more teams from coming into the compound on that western side. But look at this. This central area definitely lined up with tons of squads here.
Oh yeah, well that's the place to be. That's the place to be. Now, still continuing to be split. Solid FPS is way over here. The rest of his team is up here. In fact, they're still looting. The greed is real.
That's interesting.
We're just going to chill on the map for a little bit until the circle updates, because this is an important one. This is the one that really determines where we might go. Where we'll probably go.
Who is going to get to the circle? Who is going to have to move in? Pretty much all these guys in the south. I'm worried about every single one of them because they don't have any clear ways in.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
But either way.
There it is.
Okay, I lied. They're fine. These guys in the north are the ones that are a little bit screwed up.
There it is. Here comes one member of Nova, Lochnar, with the rest of his team behind him. Now,
Lochnar is one of the most prestigious drivers. He's killed himself like 3 games in a row once on motorbikes. And with sidecars being what they are, literally a bigger death trap than they used to be, I'm a little bit worried. But oh wow, look at this transitioning right past Render. Oh man, this is the big car rally up here.
Well, here everyone goes. I mean, I'm not sure where they're going, but they're going somewhere. Jeez. Yeah. Back and forth, darting. Oh.
What is happening?
I don't know, man. They don't know either. They just want to separate, I guess. Nova still continuing into the circle. As we zoom out a little bit, we can see everyone else as well. Where will they go? That's the question.
Shelter looks to be the answer, or at least I hope it is, because everywhere else is taken at this point. Looks like they are cruising up here with a sidecar. You do not want to drive this any longer than you absolutely have to. He is scouting here, going down the ridge. He is getting shot at, but yeah, it looks like they might have found themselves a little mount here on Shelter, parking the bike out, making sure it's clear. And while their particular mount is clear, they also have to worry about the underground flanking routes. I don't think that United will use them, but it could still be a thing there.
Shelter currently has a couple of teams in it. Now it's a pretty big area, right? Oh, but Mr. Bloater Party actually gets out of the vehicle. He wants to fight that. I think he's regretting his decision. Yeah, he wanted. I think he's regretting his situation, his decision, as 3 players immediately poke up. What's Dash going to do as well?
What? Oh, he spotted Nova, realizing he couldn't stop here. This is an awkward spot here for Dash. He needs to get out. Look at that. Did a couple of donuts saying, okay, time to go. Render with a pretty rough start, losing 2 players. Only Binlong and Dash left now. Oh, he's Lush, actually. He's just over here on his own again.
It looks like they found a safe place to the north. And Lush, you know, he might thread the needle here.
Maybe. Render's pretty good at staying alive in just really dumb situations, so I wouldn't be surprised to see them survive. Yeah, he has found somehow a single wizard tower that wasn't occupied the whole time, and at this rate, at least one of them should be able to crawl their way into the late game.
All right, let's take a look at the west here, as it looks like we have a full-on team fight underway, as Wildcard currently in the circle. Vaxel doing a ton of damage. Jeez.
This is a rematch, actually.
From when? From when?
From earlier, from the very first one, when they were fighting each other in the blue.
Oh, true.
Looks like, though, it's not going too well because Vexel has not yet found a helmet. 2 rounds, though, are up here for these guys, so putting up a good fight.
Oh, who took him out? It was Smurf.
Oh, he cleared him.
Smurf from down,
south side.
Yeah, Smurf from down here on the hill. That was so clean. Wildcard just went down like that to 2 players.
2v3. I don't think either of them took any hits either. That was really impressive. Getting revenge for the previous fight, and you know they need this loot. Vexel didn't have a helmet. Really good fight here on the edge.
And just like that Wildcard, would you expect Wildcard to go out this early? Oh my gosh. Oh,
I'm not sure, man. They're playing with a sub. I saw from Sharp Shot from God Squad. But oh, hey, what's going on? Master Nook just showing up just in time to see the UAZ explode. Excuse me.
that man is going
But
nowhere.
yeah, like I was saying before, Sharp Shot usually a player in the God Squad playing for wild card. A bit of a surprise, I gotta say. I'm a little bit curious about what prompted that roster swap.
Well, we almost have the circle moving in. Zentrix and Uncivilus with their +1 currently making their way all the way around. Now the circle still doesn't hurt too much. Even when it locks in, it won't really hurt. It's this next one that's going to be painful. So they have some time, but there really aren't too many open areas in this circle.
Well, the circle did just pop, so a lot of these groups...
Oh my gosh, the
hill!
No,
that's not... That's...
You know, Dacia's not a lot of torque on those vehicles. If you're thinking about buying a car, you know, Dacia's all the way, but if you're driving up hills, this is not the vehicle for you.
This is a zone right here that we were looking at. A lot of the compounds cut out pretty much just the side of a hill is on the southwest side here. These guys on the south feeling pretty good. Don't have to move too far. But if you grab the compound early on, there's a lot of pressure on you to find a new spot. Oh my god!
Oh man.
No!
That's gotta feel bad. The run over, Rift,
man.
Showing domination, showing who's the leader of the pack, dude. It's not Fignaldo.
He doesn't even go for the revive. His teammate had to go.
That was a dominance play. He's like, Fignaldo, you think you're cool? I don't think so. I'm Chappie goes down to Mortify just like that. This will be very difficult. I mean, all they have left is solid FPS and Moody going up against what looks like a 4-man, 3-man squad over here in the circle.
And we've already seen a couple of shots from Mortify specifically of Team Gates. They're definitely knowing what they're up to and having a lot of height advantage as well as positioning on their side. I don't see how Team Gates loses this fight.
Well, I mean, Moody is pretty good. His teammate Solid FPS is pretty good. Chappie is currently down, but they can still get him up. Look at those shots from Moody. Does a decent amount to
Oh, there's a big pinch there on the east and southwest side, actually. They're getting flanked here.
Let's take a look at the map. Yeah, well, yeah, it's Mossy from way out. He got motivated to stop peeking there. Now we have a bunch of smokes that'll let Solid FPS have time to get up by him Chappie. And they're just barely in the circle. They've made their way in. So I think that they're safe for now. But man, that's a hard...
Barely in the circle, barely in cover as well.
That's a hard push. Let's take a look at the southeast now. As we have Ayuzawa and Elected making their way up the hill. But there are 4 players here. And man, oh man, is this dangerous. Look at those name tags, man. Grenade over. Oh, no.
Yeah, there's a lot of people here. Looks like this frag might...
No.
Nah, not quite far enough. The smoke does dissipate. No, though, just below the hill. It looks like this pinch might be a game-ending pinch if your name is Elected or Ayuzawa. The Gotsquad and Nova, 2 teams that are doing pretty good. Actually, the 4th and 5th place team here. But Elected and Ayuzawa, pinch between them. This is not a game-winning play, and there it is. The frag brings them down. But what's the follow-up is the big question here.
Oh, but Nova, they've lost a couple as well. And that's big. They're just down to 2 members now. And they still have to deal with, I mean, this hill with everyone on it. And, you know, they're not even safe from their back either. Locknar's coming around, but does he know what he's running into? I don't think so. As he just runs into 4 players just like that. He had no chance.
There's still Nerf me on the far right. Nova needs to take this hill. They need to do something here. They can't back out anymore. But look, he's getting shot in the back. He does get it down somehow. Getting some shots at a passing vehicle. But as this is happening, he's just showing God's his position, saying, I am exactly behind this tree. Pat Caps on the left, Pistola on the right. Nerf me is convinced to leave the tree. But I'm not sure if he has long for this world.
I don't think so either. He's just a sole player up against 4. In the meantime, though, we saw a lot of deaths happening all across the circle. What's even going on? Jeez. Everyone's killing everyone, dude. This is
so
arena.
Weird. Everyone's just crunched up in the center. There's only about 2, there's like 3 or 4 teams on the edge, and everyone else is just fighting over the center. And we're seeing right now that that's leading to a lot of blood. And looking over here, the shrink happening right now. Fighting still occurring, but FlyQuest will be the ones that are in a great spot as long as they can hold this little dip. That is a big if, though, because they're going to be getting pushed a lot from their north as well as their west here.
Let's take a look at where they are. So right now they're in the center of the circle, but they're in this little dip. I don't think that there are any angles they can actually see them if they stand here. Now they have these cars to block this way. So FlyQuest actually in a really ideal defensive type of position here.
As long as they don't get engaged with 2 squads at once, and those should be fine. But oh, look at this. Nova made his first move. Will he try to take on God Squad here?
I guess so. He's up against 4. 1 goes down. That's all he's going to get. And Taylor J will just be resurrected as well. So he's 100% fine. Now, I mean, let's continue to follow as Cloud9 makes their way south.
Looks like at this point they're making the way, but actually I say rematch, but I think the fight just hasn't ended at this point. Moody still, they're definitely aware of his presence, trying to peek left, peek right from this tree, but neither team able to get that much damage here. But with the zone coming in, Cloud9's got to move first. Team Gates, they're not quite in, but they have a lot going for them right now.
Well, here we go. I'm Chappie. Oh, he was running straight towards Gates for a second there, but then he decided to back up. What's he going to do? What are you guys going to do? I don't know. They have no, I mean, if they go perfectly south, tactically, that's fine. Actually,
it looks like that they're willing to disengage here, though. And Team Gates is also willing to not push the issue here, which is pretty smart for both teams. There are 3v3. Any down that happens right now, they cannot get that up. So they win a fight once they both get into the white. Team Gates does make it to the zone first, though. So there might be a small gatekeep happening. I do see Steel looking in that direction. Yeah,
quickly taking a look around as well. You see that FlyQuest was harassing a team, but they managed to get all 4 into the shack. Still, they have FlyQuest staring down at them, so this is a bit oppressive.
Awkward, oppressive, non-optimal, the word that I would use to describe that particular situation. On the west side, Smurf, he won a lot of really good fights, but he's not to lose this. Cloud9 as well. They got a revive off as well. It's a teammate they just got downed. I think Team Gates just lost one as well. I think Moody got that kill as well.
Yeah, most of the players you're seeing dying in the kill feed are all just stragglers from dead teams who are just waiting to die. We saw that happen a few times. Also some knocks as the Envy comes in and cleans up quite a lot. You know, I'm surprised that Team Gates and Cloud9 are staying so separated. You know, it seemed like it.
Well, Team Gates definitely. Moody just got a kill on one of those players, so having 2 is very different from 3. If you only got 2 people left, then that is not a good fight. It looks like Chappie just crawling on the sideline. Everyone just finding their own little. This is my patch of grass, and this one's mine, and we're all just gonna be prone here and be little snakes. And with where they are, they're probably not going to get shot at unless Envious spots them here. You know, grass doesn't quite render in at that distance, but I think with right here, spotting out these players there northeast, they got more on their mind than snakes.
Yeah, Envious did a good job tearing up the southwestern portion of the circle, but now we've updated once again up to Fly Q. And right now, Envious is being harassed quite a bit from the east. As, I mean, we still have a full 4-man team here, and they have this nice, somewhat overlook onto the rest of the map.
There's 2 squads I'm looking at right now to take this game, possibly. It's FlyQuest and it's God Squad on the southeast side there. They still have 4 people up. They have decent positions controlling quite large portions of the zone. The question, though, is that will these smaller squads, will they be able to sort of pinch them to death at these various squad angles that they're trying to push in from? I'm not sure. We'll have to see what their strategies are going into this game.
We're seeing so many knocks and deaths from ridiculous ranges here. We're not really, no team is really fighting any other teams. They're just sort of seeing someone across the way and shooting. And that's about it. Now look at this. This is about as scary as it gets, right? They're walking straight across flat land where everyone can see them. Solid FPS. That's why it's so scary. He gets just destroyed as Moody and I'm Chappie. They regroup to figure out a different plan than just walking straight across the road.
Well, they got 2 seconds to figure it out. The zone's literally at their back. Envy as well getting a lot of pressure on their southwest side. Pretty much the story is that if you're not in the white right now, there's very little cover for your foot transitions. It looks like Chappie might have found something. Look, they're not getting shot at. They're not actively dying. Good job for you guys. But I don't know where they can go here.
Well, they can go and wipe FlyQuest. I mean, that's like the strat, I guess. Moody, he's being I don't know where Moody's being shot. Yeah, so notice where they're getting shot at, by the way. They're getting shot at from way over here, like way across the map.
Squad, yeah.
Like this has been happening all game. The entire game, this is pretty much everyone who's dying, and that's going to be it. Moody and Chappie both get taken out. So now we have our end game scenario set up here. FlyQuest is still in a beautiful position as Team Gates makes their way in. Now Wooly is in that shack over there, and I think that this will be a bit of a scuffle.
Yeah, it depends. It looks like Team Gates are eyeing that shack. They're crossing the road. There is more of the white in the south side, so this is where they want to be. But
here we go.
The footsteps. Do they suspect?
Oh, Wooly,
yes, they
take
do,
that
but
boat.
it's not gonna.
Oh my gosh.
Open the door, close the door. See ya. Well, he's not looking for a fight. Just held down that trigger and didn't stop till nothing was
Sorry,
moving.
wrong address. Wrong address right there. Now, Rift, I mean, once the circle locks in, this guy's dead. And he has no more, he has no more meds.
5th place.
All right. All right, rip. So now let's see what we have left. We have FlyQuest in, I think, one of the best positions up against, like you said, over here, God Squad.
We'll see if what I'm worried about is going to come true, though. The new zone's popping, and oh my god, how do you fight this? Okay, so FlyQuest, I was going to say that, you know, they have a corner of the zone. It's probably not going to be in. Not the case. You can't fight this. This is insane. This is really a huge, like a great position for FlyQuest. I have no idea how these other squads even combat this.
Just click their little heads as they come over the ridge. I mean, easy. Look, they already did it once.
Let's look how awkward
they already
this
did it
is
once. Lost
for the God
HD.
Squad.
Lost HD down to half. But and we have a couple.
The God Squad, they're all huddled behind us like a tree in a UAZ, just taking turns, taking shots. But oh, Prodigy making a move here.
Here we go. He's in a UAZ. Now this is now I don't know where he's gonna go. He needs to be careful because Wooly, the shadow in the darkness, it doesn't make sense, but that's what he is.
That is not a shack you want to mess with, my friend. That's what I'll say about that. Oh, but look at this. Prodigy did find a little dip here, so this is cover. FlyQuest can't murder him for being
yeah,
here.
that Molotov. That'll show him.
Got him.
Got him. So yeah, we still have Puneji and Wooly. I think Wooly and Little Prodigy are going to have to go head to head. But Puneji is the person who can do some damage. I think something maybe. Wait. Whoa.
He got it down. He's actually pushing off that down to FlyQuest. The Packcap's got a headshot. It's like you said, just click the little heads and maybe push in.
It's easy. You just click the little heads over the ridge. Like I said, did I not tell you that was the strat? Not easy, actually. These players are insane. Puneji's going to make his way in, and he might be spotted. Like, if he's spotted, he has to fight. And if he has to fight, that's pretty good. But behind him,
this guy's a sub for totality, by the way, but he's been doing an immensely great job so far. Look at this, though. The gods are just crouching middle road, getting a widespread as well. Wooly literally blue taking a little project, got him figured out. The God Squad covering every single one of their angles, avoiding the engagement onto FlyQuest and saying, okay, we'll kill everyone else first, and then see what happens. Look at the kill feed. Punij going down from something. Taking the crest over here.
There's no resistance. They're just dying. That's it.
Oh my god.
Just over the hill comes God Squad, and FlyQuest gets chopped down.
That's crazy. They just crossed the road on foot, then gunned them down.
It was like there was nothing there. They just ran across, and chop goes everyone's head. I mean, if you have people like Pat Caps just nailing headshots from across the circle, I guess it's easy, right?
I really liked two plays there. There was Pat Caps with the pick. Poon as well helped out them out a little bit, but not quite the God Squad. He was able to get fourth place for his squad. But the really cool thing was from Little Prodigy. And the strat that came out was, okay, we didn't have the zone. We know that FlyQuest have a great spot. So what are we going to do? We're going to kill everyone but FlyQuest. And then once we kill everyone but FlyQuest, we're not going to get shot in the back. We're just going to walk up on the ridge and kill him.
I mean,
easy strat.
That's pretty easy.
They made it look easy.
They did. And I mean, that's the true mark of a master, right? You take hard things and you make them look easy.
Yeah.
Well, guys, that was game number 1. That was just a taste. That was just an appetizer. That was just an hors d'oeuvre before the main course. We have 3 more games coming up, and it's late night tonight on auzom, starting an hour and a half later than usual because of scheduling. So stick around. And hope you enjoy your night with us. All right, game 2 coming up in just a bit.